Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. I've got this lovely little cup and saucer. I guess it's a planter really. Now, I wasn't going to do this today, but I do have a little bit of resin left over from something I did half an hour or so ago. And it's starting to get warm, so I'm going to very carefully pick this up because I've already taken my gloves off. It's going to pour a little down so that it gets into the rim of the cup. And the same with the saucer. This is a bit rushed today, isn't it? It's just, I didn't want to leave this resin sitting any longer. I'll take my time with the next stage, honestly. I had intended to do something else with this resin, but there wasn't space in the mould for it. So I'm going to leave that there. I'll clean that up in a minute. See, I want this to run down. There's only a tiny drop left in here, so I might as well pop it in. I would have been a bit slower with this if the resin hadn't been quite so warm. But there we are, part one done. I will put this over there after it's had a chance to degas. It'll go over onto the heat mat, and I will be back when we're ready to do the next pot. See you in a bit. Hi all, this layer is set. I've got 120 grams of Rising Pro Eye Crystal mixed up here. And I'm going to use white for the next layer. Grab my spoon. Oops, sorry, banging the camera. Get this mixed in first. It's kind of a creamy white. So normally if I wanted a flat white, I would actually be using pigment paste instead, because apart from the neons, I've never yet come across a mica powder that's not sparkly. Neons and glow in the darks. Both of which I think I need to make soon because I haven't used them for ages. And you know, summer's coming. Right, it's reasonably well mixed up. I'm going to give it a quick squirt. So I can see some bubbles of powder rising to the top. So if I spray it with isopropyl alcohol, those should help the bubbles burst. And we're going to use a bit of this interference green as well to give it a little bit of colour shift in there. Oh, where are my spoons going? Different spoon. That one's dirty. There's my spoon. A reasonably big dollop-ish. Get the lid back on that because I will knock it over. I really am that clumsy. Anybody who knows me would be able to tell you that. My father used to say that I could trip over my own eyelashes, and frequently did. So I don't know if you can see that little green shift in there. It's only a very small amount. And again, wait for the bubbles to come to the top and I'll give it a quick squirt. And then I'm also going to add just a tiny bit of the diamond dust. I've had this bottle about 4 years and there's still some in there. So as you can see, it does go a long way because you really only need a very, very small amount. Excuse me. Give that a quick squirt. If I can get it to come out of the bottle, that's better. Need to refill that again. I'm going to use the other end of this spoon. That is more than enough. In fact, that's probably about double what I want. Again, put the lid on before I knock it over. Give this a quick mix. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. Put my tissue there. And let's go for it. Not sure if this will be enough or if I'll have to mix more. I think I'm doing okay though. Just need to make very sure that the bubbles don't get trapped in the handle there. So while I'm getting the bubbles out, I need to make sure that I'm not dislodging the resin that's already in there from the mould. I suspect that will trap bubbles there. Give that a second while I top this one off. It looks like I guessed that pretty well. Whoops. Careful. Just right to the top there. Okay, so normally I wouldn't have filled them this full because I would have been moving them onto my heat mat. But my heat mat is full today. So I'm just going to leave these here on my desk. And I'm going to go and have some lunch. And I will be back when this is ready to demold. Bye. Hi all, this is ready to come out of the mould now. Get that out of the way. Right, I'm going to start with the easy part. I'm saying it's going to be the easy part, it might not be easy at all. Yeah. Should be fully cured. It's been on the mat about 24 hours now, I think. There we go. It was relatively easy. I don't expect this one to be quite so simple, but let's get there. Move this camera around a bit. Sorry. Pushy thing. Oh, good grief, where are we? Just need to start it off. Preferably without snapping my nails. I'm only going just barely under the lip because I don't want to scratch the mould. Just loosen it so I can get hold of it. And here we go. Oh. Sorry, I'm mostly out of shot here because I had to pull it up against my body to start it off. I'm going this way because of the handle. There you go, that's come out quite pretty. I'll carve that out. Right, that's that the right way round. So, pretty little cup and saucer, which will almost certainly be a planter at some point. But I want to. I've got these the DTF transfers. Just got to decide what I want to use, really. Whoops. Need something fairly thin because I wanted to go above the heart. Let's see. Nope, that's too close together. And I think that is too wide. Yes, it is. Let's try this one. I have quite a few sheets of these, but mostly the typeface is too big for where I want to put this. I was trying to be very careful not to damage it. There we go. Okay. Let's see, I'm half off screen here. And what I want to do is try and make sure. Nope. Oh, destroyed it. Well, it's just, well, I got another one of those, isn't it? Now I've got to try and get that off. So I'm going to go off screen, clean that up, and I'll be back. See you in a sec. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? It was fairly easy to clean off. I hadn't pressed it down particularly well, so just took a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. So let's see if I can be a little more careful with this attempt. Get it into place. It started catching before I wanted it to, so it's just going to have to go where it is. On. Get that. It's not ideal doing these on a curved surface, but it's one of the reasons why I wanted to use the smaller lettering ones rather than big pictures. There's some very pretty roses, but I don't think they'd have sat straight on. Well, that looks curved, but it doesn't matter. And that's going to go there. If I can get this off. Oh, come on. There we go. These aren't very good, actually, and I don't think they are even DTF. Might be, but if they are, they're very poor quality. But there was a very large pack for not much money on Temu, so there we go. Got it there in the end. So get these bits and pieces out of the way. I think we need, what do we need? Something that will go reasonably well with that, which should be this, just to colour in this little heart. Get the lid off it, that would help. It's just acrylic marker, again from a set I got on Temu. My painting skills are not great, but I find these markers much easier to use than a paintbrush for some reason, which is odd because they've got a brush-shaped nib. Got a couple of little air bubbles in there. Trying to get the pen in there. I think that looks fine. So, I think we are done. I will get you some pictures, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do. It helps my channel out a massive amount. And I will see you all for the next one. Bye.